So this is a 3-day trip with just one game, Atletico Bilbao versus Manchester United. So here we are at Liverpool Airport. Just got off those buses there behind me. Now here's something about being partially sighted, right? So I got down off the train there at Liverpool Parkway to get onto the bus to come to the airport, and the bus just arrived just as I'm getting through the gates there. Oh great, the bus is there, and it slides in before I can see the front of it and before I can see what it is. And it's at the normal bus stop, so I just went, oh yeah, for the airport please mate. Yeah, he went, well that's what it says in the front. I thought, well, I haven't seen the front, and that writing on the side's dead small, so I don't know, because I'm partially sighted. That's what I'm thinking. And you just think, well, I can't really bother saying anything to you. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, cheers, mate. Just pay for me journey and got on. But you do think to yourself, it's hard. That guy probably just feels fed up of people asking him stupid questions when it says it in big letters on the front of his bus. But it's really about educating people that not everybody's gonna see that. And if I'd seen the front of the bus, I'd have probably been able to see, but somebody who's totally blind would not have been able to see even if they had saw the front of the bus. But it's that mindset. He's fed up, he's done this journey 5 or 6 times today, and he's probably been asked it every time, probably 4 or 5 times on each journey. But that doesn't detract from the fact that the next person that gets on the bus is the person that can't see that sign and needs that information. And yeah, I get he's grumpy, and I just blew it off. But it does make you feel a bit embarrassed in a way of asking. You think, oh yeah, I should have looked at the front of the bus, stupid me. But no, I shouldn't have looked at the front of the bus. I'm asking a genuine question because of my disability, and because my disability isn't obvious, it becomes hard for that person to see it, really. If I was, had a disability which was very obvious, like say you're in a wheelchair or whatever, and you rolled up to the bus and said, "Can you get me on, mate?" He wouldn't say, "Step up and get on," would he? He'd say, "Yeah, sure, I'll get the ramp out." He wouldn't think it twice about helping that person out, and he probably wouldn't think twice about helping me out if he was aware of my disability. But what people have got to remember is that when people are asking, yeah, they might be a stupid person, but they also might be someone that isn't stupid, that genuinely can't see that or has that disability which prevents them from gaining that information. And as a stupid a question it is, it's not a question that is stupid from that particular person, and you should always really be mindful of that. And it makes you feel like a stupid person for asking. You think, oh yeah, well I am a stupid person for asking it, but you know deep down that you're not really. But it does cause that initial pang of embarrassment when you get that kind of response off somebody. So it's difficult all round, and people should just try and remember. And it's hard. I know you've been asked about 1 million times a day by people who are probably just stupid people who can't be arsed looking at the front of the bus, or just didn't, or still have looked at the front of the bus but still won't believe what it says on it, which in some cases, maybe it said the wrong thing. Plenty times I've got on the bus at Chester there to go to Wrexham, and it still says number 1 Chester on it because it's come from the other way and he hasn't changed the sign when you get on it. So sometimes it can say the wrong thing, but in what I'm trying to say here, it is a fact of you've always got to give everybody the same opportunity, and believe that person is asking that question genuinely, and know that there are people that are going to come across and ask that question because they need that information. So as frustrating as it can be, you've got to be able to give that information out as calmly and as unfrustratedly as you can, because you can make that other person feel awkward, embarrassed, feel stupid, and that person has the right not to feel like that, because they're not. It's something that they can't help, and that should be something that people should be aware of. But it is difficult. I understand that it must be frustrating, but it's not something that you're ever going to prevent, really, because people are only human and people get frustrated. But it's it's something to strive towards, I suppose. Right, so no game this evening, but there's a ground just up my hotel, and there is a training session going on here as well. So there you go. I couldn't get in for the training session; it's all locked up. But can see from the road, but the training's quite boring, so I'm probably not going to stay. But yeah, there you go. At least I got something done. No, only joking. I'm not going to count that. But yeah, so shame really. I did think about going to the Madrid Open Tennis. The night session started at 8 o'clock. But I got into the hotel at like 8:05, and it's like a half an hour drive from there in a taxi. So there was tickets available, to be fair. You could have gone, but it just didn't seem worth it then. So yeah, I didn't bother with that. It's mighty windy here, and there's grit and stuff on the floor just flying up. So I'm gonna go and find somewhere to get something to eat, and then gonna get an early night because early train tomorrow morning to Bilbao. But we'll have to chalk tonight off. But I just thought I'd come down because I could see the floodlights were on from the hotel, so I thought from the hostel. So I thought I'd come and have a look at what's going on. It's just a training session. So there's two games going on, playing across the pitch rather than playing the full pitch. So there you go. Definitely can't count it. But shame really. Never mind. Okay, so I just walk into the train station in Madrid now, just heading off. It's early morning here, just on 6 o'clock. So heading to Bilbao for the game tonight. That was a pretty crappy hostel, to be honest. When you get a crap hostel, you really get a crap hostel, but there are so few of them. But yeah, it wasn't great. The guy making weird noises all night, and like shouting and that. I don't think he wasn't asleep, so he wasn't like having like night terrors or anything. I don't think he had issues or whatever, because it was like people were like laughing at him and stuff, so, and he was laughing with them and stuff, so I don't think that was the issue. I think he was just dicking about. So that wasn't great, and it wasn't the cleanest of places either, so that didn't help. But yeah, so if you get a bad arse, it's not great, but got through it. Got a couple of hours sleep, so that's not too bad. He did stop in the end, but yeah, it wasn't the greatest of nights. Yeah, so decided that I would I just had a couple of days there where I didn't really engage too much with work or the way I normally do life, really, because everything's been pretty shitty with getting that bag robbed and my phone dying on me and just a lot of general difficulties really the last day or so. So I've kind of slipped out of my routine a bit. So need to get back into all that today, back into me working hard and get some stuff done today. So we'll do that today, and yeah, we'll get on to that today and get to this game tonight. I am going to take that bag to London, by the way, the other one, and hide it somewhere else and give it one more go, because it is a good way of working. So I feel more positive about things now. I had 24 hours just to chill out and switch off and what have you, and not think about all that stuff, and sorted out this new phone and that, so everything's good now. So back on the positive now, and we'll move on. So I don't know if you can just see that, it's blocked by that little roof thing there a little bit, but that's the Real Sociedad bus, team coach, just on the just outside Zaragoza, in a service station on that bus from Bilbao to Barcelona. We're just having a bit of a break here, and I just seen that bus come in. I looked, I thought, I wonder where they are this weekend then, but they're at home to Bilbao, so that can't be the first team bus, because obviously those two cities are reasonably close together, so that's not the first team coach, so I don't know who it is. I haven't seen anybody actually get off it. They must have gone in, maybe there's something on the far side of there that I didn't see, maybe another building or a petrol station or something. They've all gone into there maybe, but yeah, so Real Sociedad, possibly a youth team or reserves or something, been playing, and there's their bus.